Welcome to the Fans Perspective. This episode 26. I got my boy Bogey and JD in there. How y'all feeling, my nigga?
Man,
You already know.
Pardon my language.
It's good to be back.
Yes, sir, man.
100%.
I ain't gonna front, man. Like, the last year was like, one of the hardest years of my life, man. Just watching my pops going through his situation, man, and him transitioning and all that. So, I gotta let the people know, what I'm saying, while, I've been a little distant, you know what I'm saying? Trying to take care of all that, and I think anybody would feel my pain, you feel me? But, like I said, man, this episode and all the other episodes is dedicated to my pops, man. Ivan Gordon Fletcher, man. May you rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Big Slim.
So,
That's Big Slim right there, man. 100%, man. You know what I mean? Like, a couple years ago, it seemed like a couple years ago, but it was in 2019. My pop had transition. And, when you told me about Big Slim's peoples pulling up, you know what I mean, and still rocking and whatnot, you still get the game from them to hear, you know what I mean, 100%, like, you know what I mean, because in my community, like, right, my dad, he be like 76 or 77 this year, right?
my pops was the same age. He was 76.
Oh, my mama, 1949 or some shit.
48
like
was my pops.
On everything. So here we go. So when I pull up somewhere in the community and I still see
it was like
Lil JD, what you doing? Lil J, you know what I mean? And that shit still resonates, big bro, because you still got some of the motherfuckers that's his age that's still around, and you know what I mean? And they can, you know what I mean? So, yeah,
man. Like, it's all good, man. It's a part of life, man. You know what I'm saying? I just got to put this, turn the pain into power, my G. You feel me?
Relax.
Hey, man, your pops raised a great man. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, man. Good luck.
Talk about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, all right, so, let's jump into the nonsense, man.
Go.
All right, first things first. We got top 5. Looking for Drake. No, not Drake, Kendrick. This is Drake going right here. You feel me?
Yeah.
Top 5 looking for
Drake.
Kendrick. Kendrick's going to be performing in Toronto. So he went to the hotel. Homie probably ain't even there, but let me show y'all. Like,
every door in the Noble Hotel. Not even cut everything off. Mom bought everything. He's a bitch. Lock off every door in the Noble Hotel. Not even cut everything off. Mom bought everything. He's a bitch. Lock off every door.
You feel me? What are we doing here, bro?
So cloud chasing.
Yo, like, what are we doing here, bro? Yo, what's homie that signed to Kendrick? That's not, well, I don't know if he signed to him, but he be rocking with him. Hit a J3.
Okay, there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
That's his cousin or something like that, right? Oh no, it's his big homie from the block. He's a blood homie.
Yeah.
How much this dude is a goofy.
Yeah.
So did y'all see that he was recently surrounded in somewhere where the projectiles got to flying, and this motherfucker acted like he cut his ankle bracelet off, and the head of the police of that jurisdiction in Ontario, Toronto, was like, "Oh, he cut that off because we weren't even worried about him. He's a lie. He's a liar." I just seen that.
I can't stand liars.
I don't know, man. Some clout chasing, man. Like, boy acting like you really want that smoke. You feel like you got a little background, you did a little stuff, whatever. And he act like you want that smoke. But if you smart enough to see, Kendrick is a performer. I mean, he coming at your mans, but this is rap stuff, man. Just keep it rap. Let's keep it rap, man. You feel me?
He's making Drake look like it makes Drake look like he's sending like a goon at him. You know what I mean? A quote unquote goon. And first of all, Drake has a lot of money. This is the best he can get. If that is the case, and which is probably not. This guy's probably guaranteed acting on his own accord, trying to get the clout, making it seem like he's Drake's top shotta. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that just makes Drake look super bad too. Ha ha.
Fucking I just said that he was talking to Dave Free and somebody else at the Detroit show. And Maul got the new drop on some new Drake shit. So you got the Drake stands beefing right now because Act was at the Kendrick show.
First impression.
Drake hit Maul and let Maul hear the new music, and Maul out there telling what the world is about the new music. So you got the Drake stands fighting with each other, bro.
Whoa.
Well, I'm gonna say this, right? Like, first of all, man, let's just keep it P, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's rap shit, man. Just drop songs and go back and forth with each other. All the clout chasing and all the nonsense, it could really turn to nonsense. You know what I mean? But my thing is, like, the people that root for Drake, right? About what you were saying, JD, the people that root for Drake, they look like goofies, not because they like Drake, but because it's like they fabricating shit to try to make them look bigger than, you know what I'm saying? Yo, just let it go fact by fact. Don't try to make anything bigger than what it is, because all eyes is on y'all. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's the problem. Maul, you know what I'm saying? That be with Rory and Maul. And Act, all of them, like, come on, man, just let it be what it is. Like, you know what I mean? Don't put extras on it because you make it look like you're trying to boost a nigga. And then when they find out that you connected to him somehow, now they like, oh man, it's rigged from the start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let it be a natural thing where it's like, yo, listen, I like Drake, but at the same time, like, if Drake make a wrong move, I can admit that Drake made a wrong move. I'm not gonna just put it out there, but I can admit that. But I'm not gonna make anything seem bigger than what it's supposed to be. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. That's it. You feel me? But now with all the beef stuff, yo, bro, it ain't no beef. Because when y'all come to California, are y'all sniffing for beef?
Nope.
Okay. If Kendrick go to Canada, he's not sniffing for no beef. He going to do his show.
He's getting it
embrace
back.
the fans, keep it moving. Now, some people look at that, man, that might be a slight. He come in here, he's solidifying the win. You know what I mean? That's what everybody caught up in right now. You feel me?
Yeah. I never thought of that. I will agree. He's over there planting a flag.
And as a Drake fan, you know what I mean, for bruh to do the fingernails and the shit with bruh hair and shit and promote that before the bitch assness shit started transpiring in the music. You know what I mean? It's like, bruh, look, like, bruh, you're born in somewhere in my area. It's like, bro, we don't stamp fingernails and the little weird shit and all the extra shit that you was doing leading up to that. So, like, look, bro, you know what I mean? Whoever was stamping that, or if you was just blind to the fact what they was telling you, is like, look, you done got a dose of the reality, bro, 100%. You know what I mean? That shit don't fly over here.
Nah, I feel that. Like, you feel me? But I see YoungBoy doing it. I see Thug doing it. I mean, I ain't gonna be okay with it, but I feel like I told people back in the days, I said, yo, listen, man, it's gonna get to a point where you gotta hold on to everything that you grew up, raised, the principles you was raised on. You gotta hold on to that tight coming into this new era. Because people gonna test everything. They're gonna test everything that was already set and was trial and error proven. Right. They're gonna test it and they're gonna see if they could change the narrative. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, man. Yeah. You feel me? Carter 6, right? What y'all thoughts on it, man? Because I know you were a Lil Wayne fan, JD. What's going on?
I haven't got a chance to listen to it yet. I haven't been able to be in my element to lock in and really listen to it. And I've only listened to the first time that Joe and them was talking about they review, which you know, sometimes you'll get on the little YouTube and you'll have somebody that'll go steal the Patreon and use the audio and have their self look, you know what I mean, in the picture. So I did hear that's the only review that I have heard, besides everybody else that's close to me and be like, oh, whoop. You know what I mean?
Listen.
So I haven't been able to listen to it, bro.
I've been hearing bad reviews all the way around the board. From the young, definitely from the youngins. Definitely from the youngins. I'm talking about 14, 15, all the way up on up. I've been hearing, you know, it wasn't that good, right? Now, this is my thing, right? And my brother gave me a good analogy. He said Wayne is disconnected from the everyday stuff that's going on out here. Like he's in his own world. He made it, you know, made it stamp that he was in his own world. He don't listen to people.
It's been like that for a long time.
But see, what happens is that you disconnect yourself from what the people like.
Yeah.
You feel me? So now you put out an album and it's just there. Because you're not a new artist. You are an artist that hit the heights and then you got quiet for a minute, right? Because of the background, label stuff, business, whatever. Yeah. Right? Family, life, whatever. So you come out and you're not tapping in to what's new. You say, I just want to just do me. I don't care what everybody else is doing. But now everybody else looking at you like, well, we're not familiar with that, and we don't really like that, and we ranking it against what we usually listen to on the regular. That shit is whack. I already told people, you know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne music does not stand the test of time. He was great in his time, but if you don't hone your skills and evolve with the times, you're going to get left behind. You're going to put out a project that's not, people don't really connect with. Even the people that watched you grow up that actually is from your era, they do not connect with, and then you get a flop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You like, if like Lil Wayne is good when it comes to lyrics, but Lil Wayne is not a street gangster rapper, right? He's more of a pop rapper than a gangster rapper. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's okay for you to embrace the new stuff that's happening. Some stuff you may not agree with, but the stuff that you do that you can rock with, this artist out here that's fire, get on the track with Sexy Red. You have to revamp yourself and reintroduce yourself to the public.
Why hasn't Lil Wayne had sex with Sexy Red yet?
On the track, you know what I'm saying?
Lil Wayne used to plug all the bad little artists, right? Like,
and Sexy Red is as hood as you gonna get.
Yeah.
So why not connect with the streets first, and then work your way up like you usually do.
So my thing is, as Wayne, as one of my favorite artists, is like, right, like when, like, even with the 5, it was like only a couple songs on that joint, right? So the 6, I haven't listened to it, right? But you got Sorry for the Wait 3, you got multiple mixtapes in between the 5 and
I'm with you. I like the rapping.
And y'all have said it, both of y'all, even though I'm one of the proponents on this shit that, this is my guy, but y'all are proponents of the mixtape Weezy era. So as of recently, from like 16 through COVID up leading to now, he's had multiple mixtapes that slap like a motherfucker, 100%. So, my thing is just like, when you're going into the studio, what is the main goal? What are we trying to accomplish? Because the album, the rollout, it wasn't no rollout. It just dropped and boom. And like how you said, Slim, he's an established artist, but yet nigga please forgive me. But, just in general, and where we at in this content space, rapping is not going to do it just for everybody. You feel me? You have to have some other type of stuff going on in order to really crack the algorithm. 100%.
Yeah.
So Redden he's like you just said, he's not in touch with what's going on, but I understand. But when you just be in lock, and he's one of the upper echelons of there in the hip hop game, so he has to be locked in to what he's going on in order to produce what he needs to produce. But yet, something's not resonating in the boxes. You feel me? So I
mean, I always said, like, listen, Wayne music doesn't stand the test of time. You have to talk about the things that's relevant to your life right now. What you going through? You don't gotta make up no extras, man. Like, what you going through right now in your life?
He never spoke on the baby things lyrically. He never.
Well, I mean, he spoke on his kids before. The main thing that he's going through is the beef with baby. Other than that,
then go in. Stop holding back. Go in. Come on, we going.
I mean, when he told that nigga, "Fuck you." There's multiple mixtapes whatever he said, man.
Dissect him in the music. Because you gotta get back, cracking, bro.
One of them mixtapes, I gotta go grab that motherfucker. But the whole mixtape is about "fuck you, Birdman," bro.
Yeah, it has to be a mixtape. See, he can't really go in right now because they doing the tour still, and that tour is kind of funny. You know what I mean? Because we don't it's not really being promoted like that. I'm like, okay, when is the tour coming?
Wow.
I want to see the Hot Boys.
I ain't never heard nothing about it in California. I never heard about
this tour.
They talking about they got a tour going on. I'm like, where? You know what I mean? So I don't know what the hell going on. But my thing is like, if you feel some kind of way, now is the time to let it go.
Yeah.
You feel me? Let the people into your life. You can't be like you really like, because you gave the game everything that you can give them as an artist. So now the only thing that you can do is give people updates on where you at in life and put it in the lyrics. Yeah, you ain't gotta do too many interviews or all that. Just put it in the lyrics. And we be like, damn, who are you talking about?
But that's why we get the projects so many months and years in between. Something got to be off. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it feels. You know what I mean? What it is about Bruh.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Because we don't get consistency from Bruh since the Q3 going into 4, and then everything else the 5. Like me and Bogey was talking about that shit, the lawsuit and all that bullshit leading up to that. Like, Bruh, where was the music? And then it was a pre-quarter that leaked. Pre-quarter 5 that leaked. You feel me? You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Look. I'm gonna be real with you. I got everything I expected from this project. Like everything I expected to get from it, I got it. We're gonna hear bars about eating vagina, bars about doing various designer drugs, right? So we're gonna get some street esque bars, right? Shoot 'em up, bang bang bars. we definitely didn't get any Sue Whoopin bars, right?
But it's so authentic now with these days with these rappers that's really on drill.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. It's not.
You can't paint that picture to us at this level in your life.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I got everything I expected from it because this is exactly.
Somebody shot up your tour bus and there was nothing.
He's always done this.
I'm just saying, like,
he's just never. I think he
can't
never
paint
evolved.
That. Your own father, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, you're right. When he got into some real gangster shit, he didn't even rap about it. When Thug and them shot the band up, allegedly,
and they still out here.
Yeah,
and
everything ain't supposed to be on wax, though.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
But anyway, what you call it? Elon Musk versus Trump, man.
Whoa.
What's your thoughts on that, man? You know what I mean? Elon, I don't know, man. He thought he was running the world.
Elon versus Zuckerberg years ago, remember? But then, like, because I'm imagining them actually squabbing, you know what I mean? But the Elon versus Trump thing, it's kind of funny because Elon was in there. He only had it's a 135-day contract when you're a non-official government official. And he had a chance to renew it. He said, I'm out, because whatever he saw in there, he didn't like. So, and really, I think what he saw is that his stocks was dropping, like standing next to.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you about that, but hold on. Let me just play this clip.
One of my first day in office, I ended the Green New Scam and abolished the EV mandate at the federal level. We abolished it, which is basically that everybody will be driving an electric car within a very short period of time. Now I know why Elon doesn't like me so much, which he does, actually. He does. And he never had a problem. It was very interesting. This is not something new. This has been there from day one, Speaker, right? We're going to abolish the EV mandate. And Elon still endorsed me because Honestly, he never, ever spoke to me about that. And I used to say, I'm amazed that he's endorsing me because that can't be good for him. I'm abolishing the EV mandate. And I once asked him about it. You never talked to me about that. He said, well, as long as it's happening to everybody, I'll be able to compete. It's a very interesting answer. I thought it was a very honest answer, to be honest with you. And one of my first.
Wow. He just kind of ratted how Elon really felt too.
I mean, but my thing is like this. Elon tried to, he was assisting Trump in finding leaks in the economy and saving money, government money that was being wasted. That was the thing, right? So now we don't need EVs. And people been noticed from years ago. They compared EVs to gas, and it's not the thing of the electric. It's the thing when you're trying to dispose of the lithium ion batteries, it lets out a lot of chemicals in the air.
Oh,
What's the whole electrical thing to try to repair the ozone layer? That's what everybody was going green about.
They're like they're like a couple that just broke up, bro. They're both scorned, so they're going to try and throw all the bullshit. Oh, Trump is in the Epstein files.
he really likes me.
Because what happened is, because of that argument, right? Trump has advisors. He's not just gonna roll just solo. You have to listen to your advisors and just reason with them, right? They already knew that we did not need EV because it's not that cost effective and it does not repair the atmosphere like that. Because when you got to get rid of the lithium ion batteries, they're going to let off a bunch of chemicals that's going to affect the atmosphere in the same way. And you're not dealing with small lithium ion batteries. You're dealing with ones the length of a car.
And also in the state of California, fucking Newsom renewed three of the electrical vehicle like type shits and then renew Elon shit as well.
Because there's money in it for him.
100%.
See, they're because they give customers $7,500 in your tax rebate when you buy an electric car anyway. That's any electric car. So you gotta know that public officials is getting some kind of bread for promoting it. Let's be serious. You see what I'm saying? So now
I still want to get one too.
But at the same time, they're cool. But my thing is
I want a spaceship.
But when it comes down to government contracts, it's like, why do we need a bunch of electric cars? We could get a Ford Ranger base model, you know what I'm saying? Bullish truck from the dealership, negotiate the price down with them because it don't cost that much to make. It don't cost that much to maintain, and it uses gas. Why?
And you know what else too, big bro?
Pick an electric car over that. If we can't go to the average mechanic, it runs out of warranty. We're stuck. Then we have to find charger stations, and the infrastructure for electric cars are not even all the way there yet. Come on, man.
One more thing too, though, Slim. So you know I'm a government employee, and I'm just a local government employee. But when you get onto the bigger scale, when you buy vehicles from Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, or whatever, you get them in a cheaper price because you buy them in bulk. You feel me? 100%. And then these are just regular cars that you can work on. And you know what else they do? They work on their own motherfucking vehicles unless they under warranty and they send them back.
Exactly. And they give the government a little taste off of it because it's like, okay, if we want y'all to buy from us for a long time, so we really want to contract with y'all. So let's just cut a little something out the price a little bit more than what y'all already getting. And then we could just flood y'all with all this for years.
I'm gonna give you one more deeper thing. Pause on this shit, right? So as a government employee, local government employee, my government, the city of Sacramento, they use Napa Auto Parts, right? Napa Auto Parts is like
I heard about them. I know
it is the biggest auto parts there is, right? Mm-hmm. So with my city badge, I can go into any Napa Auto Parts and beat they discount to get auto parts for my car.
You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when it comes down to all this new stuff, it has to be cost effective to replace what's already there.
It ain't gonna happen either.
So my thing is, so that's why I don't see why Elon thought that Trump wouldn't have came to that. We don't need electric cars for the government. They could use
How
a Ford
ironic.
Ranger. They could
How
use.
ironic.
They could
He brings
use the
in
Chevy.
genius.
Bro,
But
they could use they could use the Chevy electric car, but they don't even need that. They could use the Ford Ranger, and you know what they'll do? They'll be like, okay, y'all buying 20, 30, y'all buying a fleet, we'll throw in like a few electric cars just so y'all can try them out. You see what I'm saying? And we'll take care of all that. Everything's the same. You can't negotiate better than Chevy and them American companies, bro.
yeah,
As an
that's
electric car company, you have to compete. That's why he didn't want to put his cars in the dealership in the first place, because he knew he would have to compete. You know what I'm saying? You gotta compete, my boy. You ain't gonna have just no jump on everything. I get it. I respect your attempt, but you have to compete with everybody else, bro. With all the other dealerships that's out there.
You got the Rivians. You got the what's the other company that's nice as fuck too? Oh, I can't think of their name. Rivian is the SUVs and the
You have
truck.
Rivian, you have Fisker, you have Tesla, and you have regular car companies that's already been out. Who?
I know the Fisker. The Fisker been around for a minute too. Them motherfuckers is nice too, but it's one more that I'm drawing a blank that is nastier than that. It's a beautiful car, bro, 100%. But like you said, the competition is, and then you got motherfuckers that's getting you more mileage than what's going on the on shit that's been around for a long time already too, though. You know what I mean? You get 500 miles, 400 miles compared to 250, 300 miles per charge. You feel me? Shit charging a little bit faster. You know what I mean? So, you know, I ain't never experienced one of them, so I don't know. And I really don't. I would rent one, you know what I mean, just to push that motherfucker.
Yeah, I did. I rented a Volvo hybrid. It was a beautiful car, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. That car will make you want to get a Volvo, bro. And yeah, bro, y'all getting free promotion. You understand? You hear me?
Money.
You hear me? Y'all getting free promotion. That was a beautiful car. There was the S60 T6 all-wheel drive. It was a beautiful car, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, they're like spaceships for real.
Yo, they fast and they have a small engine. Yo, oh man, them cars is beautiful. Big iPad in the middle of the car, man. Listen.
Oh, that's dope.
Spaceship type shit.
Yeah.
What Push say? Was it Push that said this one was made by NASA on the new shit that just dropped? I forgot exactly what he said, but he said this motherfucker was made by NASA.
Did that come out yet?
Well, just the single. The single came out on my mama.
Yeah.
The rose gold, the trumpets.
You talking about Pusha T?
Pusha T and Malice got it. They got new shit coming out.
Yeah.
So the single Ace Trumpets on my mama. He said something about the coupe was made by NASA. Oh, everything.
Okay, I got it.
Now, with this Diddy trial, man, you know, this been an ongoing thing, bro. Like, you know, like I'm gonna just say my personal thoughts. I just feel like, you know, I feel like they can get him out 2 out of 3 of those charges. That's just, you know, this is just my thing. What y'all think, man?
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on at least one for sure. But 2, actually, I'll say 2. But that's how bad it is. Like, they had to throw so many at him that maybe 2 of them are gonna stick. But he's still done, man. Like they're.
Yeah, it's just,
you know, they're done when they're already trying to like make reasons for a mistrial too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like, it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, at the end of the day, I just want the men to get a fair trial, just like I want every black man to get a fair trial out here. I don't want them to get railroaded and thrown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my thing is this, right? If you did what you did, then you know you got to do your time for what you did. You heard? With the my thing is them trying to prove a RICO is what I have an issue with, because it's like, how can you prove a RICO and this dude doesn't have a full organization? But then again, I look at the R. Kelly case and they kind of got him on something like that, the racketeering or something. You feel me? So I know it's possible, you know what I mean? But I just don't see, based on the definitions of what a RICO is Racketeering and Corrupt Organizations Act. I don't see what he's doing being an organization. I see it him doing everything that he's doing for personal pleasure.
Unless they could figure out somehow that where he's paying those broads, if somehow that money is not.
Well, they did say they did testify and say that they were sex workers, and they went to his parties.
Well, but if they could prove that he was paying them with some form of company money, then they can probably get him for the racketeering.
That's another thing too. But I think I would feel that he would know that what he doing wasn't all the way on the up and up.
Yeah, that's true. So they just say a lot of cash was involved. He's smart.
Possibly. And my thing is, did those people get an invite to the party, or was they hired for a specific role? You understand what I'm saying? That's my thing. You feel me? So
some stories is wild though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, at minimum, it's debauchery, bro.
At minimum, for sure.
At minimum, it's debauchery, bro.
Debauchery, yeah.
The Jane Doe, which we all know who her is. We can't say her name right now. We can't do that.
I don't say that.
And then Miss Cassandra, you know what I mean? There's been multiple type shits where they said they couldn't wait until shit happened. You feel me? Whether they was
they were freak off ready.
Whatever it was, there is multiple instances where they have acknowledged that they couldn't wait for shit to happen, but also they said that multiple violent shit has happened, shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, look, you were coercing, or you went and seeked out the male talent, whether it was the Punisher that was on Cam's shit, and Jane Doe said her specific person that she felt comfortable with when it was time to go. You feel me? It's like, look, you know what I mean? How can we separate this? But yet you got multiple shit saying like you was ready to go when it was time to go. You feel me? So that in part, whether they coming across state lines or whatnot, like the motherfuckers that's getting they chippers is like, look, they coming because they getting paid for a specific duty. You feel me? So it could be like, oh, well, we attending the party like bruh said, or was it specifically this? Where's the evidence it was specifically
well, you
this?
know what? The only way for me to find out, JD, is to pull up. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like dead serious, like it's the pull up. You feel me?
Whoa.
I'm gonna show you a little something on this joint. You know what I'm saying? They talking about. Hold up. Look how they got him looking.
Hi, Baby Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us.
Fair use.
Incredibly graphic testimony today in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, and we have to warn you, some of what you hear may be disturbing. The third alleged victim, who goes by the pseudonym Jane, was back on the witness stand for her first full day of testimony. The prosecutor played an audio recording for the jury of a hotel night. The male prostitute Jane identified as Dawn. On the recording, Jane and Dawn are looking.
Is that the Dawn that they're talking about that was signed to the label?
Yep.
Wow.
Don Richards
from
how you Jane Doe then? Like
Danny Kane from Danny Kane.
Yo, how you Jane Doe then right now? Like you done. We know who you are.
Damn.
No. So Don, she testified as Don, but Jane Doe is Jane Doe, and that's I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it right now. But
25 cents.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hold on. Let's play. Let's see what they talking about.
Looking for a condom, but Combs didn't allow it and can be heard saying, quote, "You're taking that expletive." Jane testified, quote, "I just didn't want to disappoint my lover. He would be unhappy and wouldn't be satisfied with me." Jane went on to tearfully tell the jury about her birthday in 2023 when she said she was made to have sex with 3 different men in addition to Combs. The prosecutor asked why. Jane responded, "I don't know. It had become so routine," and added that she turned robotic. Jane told the jury that after
Uh-oh.
a while, Combs didn't have to directly ask her for these hotel nights. She testified, "I knew it was to be expected." Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges.
See what I'm saying?
Programmed.
Like, what are we talking about
But
here, man?
see, but she also testified that she received a certain amount of money. Brad paid her lifestyle as well too, though. So I'm not just trying to disgrace what or disregard what Lil Baby done been to, but I
No.
think that she's also been on record saying that he's been paying her lifestyle or her rent and
Does that
shit like
count
that.
as like paid? Like so does that count as sex or S worker?
Yo, man,
Like,
listen.
They have a
Because
love.
that's
She
what they're
said
gonna.
they have
That's
a
what they're gonna
love
try to nail it
contract.
for. Like no matter what,
They
that's how
have
they're
a
gonna try
love
to nail it.
contract. You feel me? They also said that
Shit.
they also said that Lil Baby was
love
also
contract.
jealous of
See,
the city girl baby.
see,
On everything.
I'm just looking at this. If you fly somebody in with the purpose of sex work, that's illegal. Even if you're in a legal state, you find somebody across state lines. Those states are not legal. So not only does it make it illegal, it makes it federal. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying?
And
That's
where we
just
are.
what it is.
That's where we are
That's
right
what-
now with Diddy.
So that's why I feel like they can prove that. You feel me?
Yeah.
They can prove
He even
providing
flown just
transportation.
to flying people around.
Yeah,
period.
flying people out. Yeah, sex trafficking, and
Because
then
there's the what do they call that? The Alpha David? No, what is it? The itinerary? What's they call that? The flight?
yeah, the itinerary.
Yeah,
the itinerary.
you can't.
You
You
can't
can't,
duplicate
fake
that
that.
because they have logs and everything. You can't-
Exactly.
yeah.
So like, it's a wrap for that.
Yeah, so but I feel like they can get him out of 2 out of 3 because the transportating persons in purpose of prostitution, which is one of his charges. The second charge is sex trafficking. The third charge is the RICO, which is involving coercion and all of that. So they're trying to prove all 3. But even if they get 2 out of 3, homie is cooked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now his lawyer is trying to fight to say, because when you look at it, it does not look criminal. It looks like a guy that's a freak that had a toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we have to get more into it because everything they're saying, they have to prove it. You know what I mean? So with the testimonies, whatever, they have to prove it. I think they proved the sex
for the
trafficking
workers
part, though.
and for the workers, it was monetary gains. They weren't forced, and the lovers
It
that
was
he
still paid.
had are on record saying, "I can't wait for the next fucking episode." The workers
Oh.
paid for monetary gains. They didn't have no problem. The women that he had in his life on record saying, "I can't wait for the next joint," but yet we seen him beat the bride up. It might be other
That's
records
domestic
that
violence. That's a state case.
there it
Yeah.
is, there, bro.
You know what I mean?
Oh, this shit
Now,
crazy,
when it-
bro.
when now-
It
doesn't matter-
Too late for that one.
It doesn't matter how much the people enjoyed it, getting money and getting paid to do what they do. The thing is, if you hired them to cross state lines and pay for flights and everything, now if they flew out to you, that's them taking the initiative to fly out to you and be in your city for something else, and they bump into you and it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you pay for their flight, that means that shows intent.
We seen
You know what I
it
mean?
we seen it in the OTF.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
shows
and, like,
intent.
Same
You
shit.
can't. The reason where the
Is
RICO
that
comes
is
in-
dirt shit OTF?
Well,
Is dirt shit
well,
OTF?
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
They
look
use
at-
credit cards to fly the young
Well, look,
YNs
this
out.
is where the
Allegedly,
RICO. This
They
is where the
went
RICO
and
might
did that on
stick.
their own. But I don't want to get that confused with this right
You're
now.
right. My bad.
Okay,
My
but
bad.
look at this,
So-
look at this. This
so
is
the
where
main
the RICO
thing-
might stick.
That's what I'm looking at, because if you flew them out, right, that's intent.
Even
Right?
if you had
Now-
other people do it for you, that's organized. That's getting someone to do it for
Now,
you.
this is my thing, right? Did you fly them out and you told them through text or phone or mail that they was going to be performing these acts, or did they get an invitation to a party and then they just engage with what was going on in the party?
Ooh.
That's what I want to see.
Well, you know what though,
Ooh.
big bro? I think what's understood don't need to be explained. When I
Yeah.
hit you and say the code word, we know what time it is. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because a lot of them,
But-
like even Cassandra said that she was comfortable with bruh that was on what's the name of bruh shit? It's called It's not
look,
it's
but look,
not
JD.
The worker.
But look,
yeah, damn
look,
it.
JD, look, right? They got to tune into part 2. So they know where to catch us. From a fan's perspective, Hard to Start, JD, Gen Wealth Net, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to have to catch part 2 because I still got some more
Let's
research
go.
to do so we can
Come
chop
on
it up.
now.
All right, this joint over with.
Yeah.
Gang.